You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE NXT After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE NXT After Show.
Really a funk over here.
Well, you're a hobo. There's always a smell of funk around you.
I can't help it.
You know this.
I'm fucking on a Funkasaurus, baby.
All right, the Wiener song's going on because it's an all-guy NXT AfterBuzz show here today.
Welcome to the Boys Club.
That's right, it's the Boys Club tonight. Welcome to NXT AfterBuzz. I'm Christian Rosenberg. Kathy Kelly feeling under the weather tonight, so she asked me to fill in. She will be back next week, don't worry. And I apologize that this side of the table does not look nearly as attractive as normal. However, that side of the table is just as stunning as ever.
Even more stunning because I am your Pixel Pro Wrestling Champion.
That's right. That title. Mark would have that title around, but Hobo, it seems to be around your microphone today.
Yes, no, I am clearly the victor. I was clearly. It was a hell of a contest, man. No. Hell of a contest.
Yeah, it was a contest.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, that's good.
That's nice to see you.
Good to see you. Before we get into this episode of NXT, which this was 6 matches in an hour.
Yeah.
Plus promos. I mean,
I think this was a more solid
boom, boom,
episode.
boom, boom, boom.
More solid than previous episodes. This was a good one.
Well, I'm ecstatic because I haven't done an NXT AfterBuzz yet. This is the only wrestling show I haven't done yet. And NXT, NXT is the most consistently good wrestling show of them all. So I'm ecstatic that I finally get a chance to do this. But we got to talk about, there were releases.
Yep. 5
NXT Superstars were released just after this group of taping. So we saw a few of them tonight. Mason Ryan, Danny Burch, Oliver Gray, Shaul Guerrero, and Shara. Now, Shara we've never seen.
No, I couldn't find anything on
Shaul Guerrero, the daughter of Eddie and Vicky Guerrero. But we haven't really seen her on TV. They have Oliver Gray, who just came back from injury. And we'll get to him later because he wrestled tonight.
He was on tonight. So was Danny Burch.
And he was on. Danny Burch, who I love.
He's great.
Great guy. Hell of a. Just there's like an anger about him. Just a seriousness. Just you.
A young Finley type.
Kind of.
Style.
Bigger
Finley. And then Mason Ryan.
Who knew this was going to happen? Well, last week we were talking about just what can they do with Mason Ryan to make him interesting, and apparently it was letting him go.
Well, we've been talking. I've been talking about what are they going to do with Mason Ryan for about 3 years now.
He stalled out, man. People were really surprised. It was trending on Twitter. People were surprised that Mason Ryan was let go, but he stalled. He just stalled. There was nowhere he was going.
They gave him a chance with CM Punk. They started to give him a chance with Abraham Washington before that fiasco happened. And then they tried doing some stuff on his own. Nope. Even NXT was Sylvester Lefort.
With that, I wanted to see him turn and get Sylvester Lefort as his manager, but I guess nobody likes a smiling Welshman.
I don't know.
He needed to turn heel. That was it. In my opinion, it's the only thing that he didn't have is he's been the happy guy, the happy smiling Welsh giant, whatever. It's not worked for him. He really had to just turn another page, do something completely different, and that didn't happen, so here we are, something completely different.
Yeah.
I hope TNA enjoys Ryan Mason.
Well, anything's possible.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about, good segue of trying things differently. We know about 3 months ago, NXT did something differently by doing a live 2-hour premiere on the WWE Network, which was a huge success.
Way to go.
And this show starts off with Triple H announcing, we're going to do another one. On May 29th, it will be NXT Takeover.
Hashtag Takeover.
And he's bringing up all the past NXT superstars that are now on the main stage.
And it's a long list.
It is a very long
list.
So it has me thinking, we didn't really get any matches announced for it, but it has me thinking this could be a type of thing of WWE versus NXT, type like WWE wrestler versus NXT superstar, NXT superstar collide type deal.
He had a great match with Cesaro and Sami Zayn last time, and the Ascension versus Too Cool, though I don't think they necessarily count as current. But I like that idea a lot. I think we could. What I really wanted to see, who did I want to see against John Cena? Oh, I want to see Corey Graves against John Cena. That's
right.
what,
those would be good.
To see that because you want to talk about the establishment and the ultimate anti-establishment. That's Corey Graves right now.
Very much.
So yeah. I like that idea.
Cool. And we get a little taste of it in the first match. We have Tyson Kidd taking on Bo Dallas, and Bo. We get the premiere of the new Titantron entrance music and all of that, which is just
unbelievable.
Thank you for saying it.
Nice.
It really was unbelievable. He has to stop moving like he's hearing his previous music.
Yeah.
But that entrance that's going to be so over when he debuts on Raw in a few weeks.
Yeah, and on the bigger scale, the bigger screen, it will only get better.
Like, especially that upper miniature screen that they have on top of the Titantron, just a huge Bo-Lieve there, Bo-Lieve on the miniaturetron, and then on the big one, just giant Bo-Lieve. I can't freaking wait.
Yeah.
Just flooded, surrounded by Bo-Lievers.
By B-roll, of course, short for Bo roll, and huge, but it's gonna be great. Like I like the idea of him psyching himself up. That's the whole thing of being a Bo-Liever is psyching yourself up, but it has to be done more to the music. I agree.
Do we know, maybe someone in our chat roll can answer for me, if the WWE sometime soon within the next month or so is going to mean either Boston or like Boise, or have him debut in like Boston?
Nice.
Someone in the chat, please let me know if there's a city they're coming to soon that has B-O at the start of the name. I'm sure there are a few others that I'm just not thinking of.
Oh, there are plenty of cities that have B-O.
Well,
thank you. We're not talking about Philadelphia or Cleveland, so
and we're not talking about the concrete jungle, which we'll get to later.
Of course not. Don't even know where that is.
But Tyson Kidd versus Bo Dallas. I guess Bo Dallas's entrance gave Regal collywobbles.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Collywobbles.
Hashtag collywobbles.
Good luck spelling it.
Really fun match between the two of them. The crowd was hot, but not chanting for anything in the match.
Well, at first, when they first started the match, it was a split crowd, man. Half for Bo, half for Tyson Kidd. And as the match went on, they still had all that energy, and they sort of put it into the match, but not really in a constructive way, in my opinion. Yeah.
And I was actually, I know you guys weren't as surprised as I was seeing Tyson get the clean win with the Blockbuster on here. I understand how last week, Tyson had a win and it was talking about how he's going to start elevating his way up. But Bo Dallas is, the former longest reigning NXT champion of all time. I didn't expect him to kind of put what Alberto Del Rio's been doing on the main stage recently and just randomly lose with no build. But that's what happened.
I think this buys into the whole Bo movement, which is even if you do lose, all you got to do is believe, and you can get through anything. I mean, we saw after the match how kind of torn up he was about it.
Well, he Bo-Lieved his shoulder was up and was willing to argue with anybody with ears.
He was ready to throw a challenge flag.
He really was.
And I think that makes it stronger for the next time. It's just like, I'm still undefeated. I didn't even lose last week. And he'll just
I didn't lose to Tyson Kidd.
No, of course not.
Actually, that would be brilliant if he was just in denial about everything. I didn't lose. I never lose. I always win.
Yeah. And actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of build up, and then at the NXT special at TakeOver, you can have like one more match between Bo and Tyson. Mm-hmm. So that might not be a bad idea, and I wouldn't mind seeing these two wrestle again because they worked well together.
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
That was a good match.
Yeah, very good match.
I don't have a lot of notes because I was just enjoying it.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it was. I have a few. It was interesting to see Bo get the better of the chain wrestling at the very beginning. It was funny to see him out wrestle and Tyson Kidd coming back in a very aggressive way. I kind of liked it.
Thank you to Jade the Time, if that's your name on the chat roll. SmackDown on May 13th in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, might be too soon. That's 2 weeks.
May 13th? No, that's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Depends on if you want to distance Adam Rose and Bo.
We're having Adam Rose debut on Raw, and then a week and a half later, you can have Bo debut on SmackDown.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it could work. It could work. Devin backstage with Camacho, and Camacho was saying, "I'm gonna go and I'm gonna win the match."
I think that was a technical
Yeah, it was
issue
a technical
because
thing.
Was that
it bumped
Shortly
just after.
Yeah, it bumped like right at the end of what he was saying.
Yeah, you couldn't hear a word Camacho was saying. We had to like
Everybody
volume
lean
at full
in.
blast.
Well,
Well, he was talking about how he's the direct opposite of a party pooper. His parties are the best, better than anything Adam Rose can put on.
And then Adam Rose, just like that, shows up with like 30 guys.
like he was surrounded. Camacho was like, "Oh God, no, not now."
Yeah, apparently all of a sudden Camacho got claustrophobic and like ran out of there.
I would.
Yeah.
Bunch of people on drugs dancing around you. I'd leave.
Yeah, and
Not proven.
Wow.
Adam Rose said, doesn't matter where he is, wherever he is, it's party time.
All the time.
All the time.
And that has been proven.
It has.
Yeah,
Proven fact.
Christian, are you a Rosebud?
I am a huge Rosebud.
Oh, good to know.
I'm a big fan of the Exotic Express, and all of my hashtag Rosebuddies would approve.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice how they brought you into the storyline with the whole
Yeah,
Rosebud stuff.
and we'll talk about Adam Rose. We see in action a little later on,
yeah.
and he is clearly a huge AfterBuzz fan because not only is he a fan of me, he's a fan of a former host, which we'll get to. But then we get the brackets for the NXT Women's Championship Tournament with the Steven, do we have wind chimes on that soundboard by any crazy
Nope.
chance? No, that's too
I'll do
bad.
it. I'll just do it.
Because Mark
Yeah, you do
Mark
it.
clearly loves the wind chimes that are
It's so
used
stupid.
every time they
It's-
talk about the NXT Women's title.
Anytime they talk about the tournament, they played a wind chime, which makes it female. I don't know. It was a really weird choice. Just from a Foley standpoint, there's no reason. When everything else, every other title or tournament is like, but they're delicate. They need wind chimes.
I think that was the only thing they could think of. Well, it's a tournament. It should have a noise that comes with it. What noise do we have? Well, we got wind chimes. That seems
Have
appropriate-ish.
Paige screaming. All of Paige's work about being an anti-diva. and
That worked.
just
Well, she's
totally
gone.
Goes, exactly. There's like, well, now that she's gone, let's get all the lady stuff back in here. Where's that wind chime?
Well, so here are the matchups. We have Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Good, happy with two great NXT divas. Natalya versus Layla. Are either of them in NXT? No. Okay, didn't think so. Emma versus Charlotte. Emma's kind of on the main roster now, but still has the NXT vibe with her, so I'm okay with that one. And the soon-to-be debuting Alexa Bliss versus Alicia Fox. So we got 4 main stage divas and then 4 NXT divas.
All vying for the NXT title.
All vying for the NXT title.
Something that we were talking about last week is the whole reason why JBL took the NXT Women's Championship from Paige was that she was going to be on the road all the time defending the Divas Championship. But for Natalya, Alicia Fox, Layla, and Emma, who are all on the main roster traveling and vying for the Divas Championship themselves, where's the reasoning of them being in it? Like, Emma kind of gets a pass.
Right.
But the other 3... They're poking their own reasoning in the butt. It's really
my
weird.
hope was with this tournament that they would just debut like a whole fleet of women, just have a whole bunch of new ones.
They got a few ready to get up there.
So none of that happened.
No, we get one.
We got one.
We get one.
That's one is not cutting it.
No.
That is not good enough.
I even get Devin in there over Layla.
Yeah, and the thing I was actually okay with them stripping Paige of the NXT Women's title. But
Get out.
Well, no. Well, let me explain
you better
why.
have a good reason.
Let me
a
explain
good
why.
reason.
Well, it makes now makes no sense with all these main stage people on this, but you don't want the big stage, the Divas Champion, to lose to someone in the developmental because it makes them look weak and everyone they beat on the main stage per se. But so
She lost last week.
she lost last week before. Did you see her with the NXT Women's title?
Yeah, that's true.
They staged that. They didn't show her entrance last week because they didn't want to give it away. And in a tag match, it's different. If it's a one-on-one match,
Yeah, but
She
didn't
still
got the pin?
lost. She got pinned.
Right.
She
Yeah,
was
Emma didn't get
pinned.
the-
yeah,
get pinned.
but I'm saying we see champions get pinned in tag matches a lot.
I can think of like a dozen different ways that you could have had her have her lose without getting pinned, or lost the belt without actually receiving a pin, and any of those could have been better than this is,
It
at
just
least
seems really
in
last
theory.
minute. Very last minute. And they didn't think all the way through before they were like, I mean, we already shot the first segment, so I guess we're going with it. But we're getting away from the first 2 matches that we saw.
That's right.
From the tournament.
Bayley versus Sasha Banks. This was an outstanding match.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them. I mean, I've kind of been a little back and forth on Sasha personally, but she did fantastic in this match, and Bayley delivered too. The all about the hugs and all about the what was she coming to the ring with?
The
Mark?
wacky weaving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky weaving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
What was it?
Wacky weaving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
That's right.
In stereo.
That's so perfect for her.
So
It's not
good.
even funny.
It's great.
They're amping up her entrance and her ring gear to where it looks like she's gonna be one of the next big pushes.
Yeah.
Because she's got her old ring gear was a lot more basic, but this had all of the lightning bolts and colors and
color.
Bayley and it looked a lot more main roster than NXT.
I think her popularity is really, really taking off, and it has taken off in a very short period of time since she debuted on television, and I think they're taking notice and going, we should probably do something with her. She's turning into something.
I actually thought what they're doing on Raw and SmackDown with Emma and Santino is what they should have been doing with Bayley and Santino.
Yeah.
I count them down with that, yeah.
Yeah, I think either one works, but I think just the way Bayley's character is just who's so adorable.
I think it's who they felt was ready the fastest to
Yeah.
get that sort of push, and Emma was ready.
Yeah,
Emma
absolutely.
And Bayley's been a little bit untested as of yet.
Yeah.
So,
And then Sasha gets the win, and it was like this combination of like the backstabber, but held on and then
rolled
over into a crossface.
yeah.
It was an excellent combo, and it wasn't even the bankrupt, which we saw earlier, which we got a name for her straight jacket neckbreaker. Where did these moves come from Sasha?
I mean, it seemed like this was a retiring of the bankrupt. Like she did it,
Possibly.
it didn't work, and now we have the backcracker crossface combo that was just super clean and fits as like that devastating last punch a little bit more than the crossover, the cross-arm neck breaker.
And I'm trying to think of we just essentially in the NXT women's roster we just lost Paige, who had a finish that was a submission, and Natalya's finish is a submission. Do we have any other women who have a submission finish right now?
Other than those, Dilemma.
The Dilemma.
Emma's finish is a submission.
Okay.
Yeah.
But all right. I'm trying to reason why they decided to go with a submission for Sasha rather than having just her straight bankrupt.
I don't know, but maybe because all three of those divas that we talked about are now primarily on Raw and SmackDown, so maybe now she's the only one on NXT. And you never know, Charlotte at any time can bring out the figure four.
That's very true. Very true.
But we'll wait and see what goes on with that. Adam Rose arrives, taking on Danny Burch, who we mentioned earlier, who has unfortunately been released, and Mark's doing a little dance celebrating Adam Rose. The music's playing in his head.
The crowd was into it. Everybody's waving
Oh
together.
my God, yes.
Wow, man, that was cool.
They loved it.
And imagine that with thousands of people.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
And they will be singing along like they do in NXT. It's going to be on top. And I mentioned this on SmackDown last week. We haven't had anybody drive out to the ramp in a long time.
Exactly.
True.
Every show, we need the Exotic Express coming out, and that's a local indie guy's dream right there.
Absolutely.
They're all going to be dressed up in crazy stuff, and they'll just come out of the bus. Different group every time.
I mean, for the longest time, the only job locals could get was working security on the show.
Yeah.
Now they have a chance to do something really
Like,
fun.
now we can be in a crazy costume and dance to the ring and catch them stage diving.
That'd be
You
And,
could even
Great.
dress up like a hobo or something.
Something like that, yeah.
How'd a hobo get on this
They
bus?
can find a guy to do that.
Probably.
Yeah.
And apparently Adam Rose did his research because he debuted a new finisher. It's a kind of a snapmare driver, very similar to Dean Ambrose's finisher, but instead of a side headlock, it's from over the shoulder.
Like a cravat almost.
Yeah, I mean it really brings a nice moral ending to
To his matches.
to his matches.
Yeah, I would say it does.
I mean,
Obviously he got a clum.
did you say clue or clum?
I mean, pick one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, clum. Sorry. Like he stole from me, he just stole from you too.
You go with what works. You go with what works.
Yeah, and it is a devastating finisher, and it works with him, and does. I can't wait to find out what he's going to name it.
Yeah, I could not even venture a guess at this point.
No, I have no idea what, but it's going to be something.
The Russell branding iron?
I like it. It's got a good ring to it.
That's almost like a British cowboy.
Maybe name it the British Cowboy.
British cowboy.
Why not? We get a quick promo backstage from Brodus Clay preparing for the NXT Championship match. That's the main event tonight, a no DQ match.
You missed the party pooper.
Did I miss a... Oh, yeah. I did.
Oh, yeah.
Camacho came out and beat
Well, because he was so quiet, I didn't notice him.
Yeah.
Camacho, at the end of the party, Adam Rose celebrating with the guys. Camacho kind of sneaks out there and beats up one of Adam Rose's friends who's dressed up as a luchador. And he was a party pooper, and everyone was upset at him.
He's a lemon.
He's a lemon. He's not a rosebud. He's a lemon.
It's a lemon.
Good.
All right. Yeah. Then we got Brodus' promo, which is just kind of him talking about, it's my time, I'm winning the title.
And how he knocked out Neville's teeth.
Yeah,
You won't smile pretty like him no more.
Are you stuffed up, Mark? I mean, what's going on with your nose there?
He just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, he kept sniffling.
He was pretty jacked, you know. He just kind of happened. All of a sudden, words came out at once. It was really fast, with good promo. It was really great. It was concise. It was great. It was really right there, man.
Level.
Yeah. I want Hobo like that all the time.
Did you watch
that? Was hyperdrive.
I was like that on Monday, and I got nothing but complaints. It was terrible.
How can anyone complain about you? You have all the gold.
I have all the gold.
Gold!
Gold!
That's right.
Gold in them handlers. Gold!
Crap, not again. Here we go.
But yeah, if you haven't seen the Hobo and Mark, they both filled in on Monday Night Raw AfterBuzz this week. You can check it out on iTunes by liking and subscribing and giving 5-star ratings to all your favorite shows like NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Main Event, Total Divas, and we're in the talks of starting Legends House.
Yeah, let us know what you think about if we should start doing Legends House.
If you want us to start doing Legends House, because the three of us are on board to do it, and AfterBuzz is on board to doing it, do you guys want us to do it? Let us know by leaving us comments on the YouTube page as well as iTunes.
Because they'll only let us do it if they know they're going to get views on it. So if you're going to watch it, please let us know and we'll do it.
If you want us to talk about Howard Finkel doing Zumba, please.
I mean,
I have plenty to say about that.
We could go for an hour just on that.
That's a good sign.
Yep.
All right. Another first-round matchup for the NXT Women's title, Natalya versus Layla. Natalya cuts a quick promo saying, it would be a dream come true for her to win the NXT Women's Championship.
That was the only motivation she could really muster, because there's no reason for her to possibly be in this tournament, really. I can't even think of one.
Now, Layla, on the other hand, in her quick promo, was actually really good.
Yes.
She did the classic whatever Lola wants, Lola gets, but did it with Layla.
It's easy.
Easy.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Ooh, that's catchy.
It's very catchy.
It is. Was it just me, or was it ironic that, to me personally, and I don't mean to disrespect them in any way, but the quickest and most boring match on the show was from the two people that are on the main roster?
No, that's accurate.
Yep, that happened.
I literally had no notes for this match because, like, the opposite of the opening contest, I was sitting there just going, "What is going on? What is happening?" Like, it was very unfortunate.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It was not good.
I mean, Natalya even kind of stalled to get the sharpshooter in at the end. Natalya won with the sharpshooter.
She already had her leg ready, and then she pulled it out, and I thought, oh, I guess she's gonna launch her into the. Oh nope! Then she put her other leg through and did the sharpshooter. It was. There's a lot of stuff that
it was odd.
Took way too long to set up.
Yeah. By the way, right now the chat roll is buzzing about the Legends House after show.
Oh goody!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, hooray! Adrian Neville promo. Kind of showing off that he's got his teeth fixed from the beatdown that he got backstage that we didn't see last week from Brodus Clay. Yeah, he got some quick work done.
They must be paying him real well out there. Those were good falsies. I could use some of those.
Yeah. Oh, your teeth are already stunning. I mean, come on, give a big smile. There it is.
Smile.
Meme that, please. I want to meme. Oh, with the claw too.
The claw.
Oh God, someone freeze frame that for me.
Put cat ears on him and.
Meow.
from that, we go Oliver Gray versus Mojo Rawley.
And it was
a typical Mojo Rawley match.
And Mojo won. Moving on.
Mojo won, but we were talking about. I actually kind of brought up while we were watching. I'm just like, the one thing Mojo kind of needs right now is some type of feel. He needs someone to work with. And sure enough, after he gets the win over Oliver Gray, Aiden English comes out and is like, hey, that's my stage. That's my ring. Get out of there.
You stand there, the fool, and I am done suffering. Get out of my ring.
He's so elegant.
I love him.
I love him so
Great.
much.
This is magic. Love this
And
man.
he's intellectual enough to look past to like the classic Andy Kaufman, I'm too smart for you type of thing where he will totally get, like, Mojo will go for hyperdrive, which is the only thing he flipping knows what to do aside from the 3-point tackle, and English will get out of it. He'll dodge every single thing.
Random thought that I had a while ago, and now that I'm sitting here talking NXT with you guys, I thought I'd throw it at you. Do you think Aiden English and Damian Sandow would be a good team?
We've been saying that since we saw Aiden English.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll happen or not. I mean, Damian Sandow pretty much could do anything right now and it'd be better than what he has been doing.
Except for
Other than Magneto. Yeah.
I want Magneto at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I
want
heard
that.
a rumor that we might be seeing Magneto again on Friday.
Really?
Oh, well, I'll get to talk about it on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Maybe
if
he'll
he's there.
fly this time.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, it's really unfortunate that they let Oliver Gray go because they started pushing him as he's got a real chip on his shoulder. They started pushing him like he just was trying to fight his way back up to the top.
And he looked good today.
And he looked great.
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
a really strong offense against Mojo until he went into bloody hyperdrive. And I don't buy Mojo anymore. Like, it's 2 butt bumps and
You can't do the sit down splash unless you're at least 400 pounds. That should be a rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Like,
Because Brodus did it in the main event, and we were like,
okay, that looks vicious.
Yeah,
Because he's
from-
right
from
around.
the second rope.
He's
even.
somewhere between 375, 400. So
Right.
there. Okay, that makes sense.
Looked like he crushed
Yeah.
Adrian Neville.
And let's talk about that because we only got a few minutes left. We're wiping out the show in a half hour. Main
Right.
Main event. Brodus Clay, Adrian Neville for the NXT title. Neville just attacks Brodus before the bell rings, and the ref just kind of stands there and watches for a few minutes.
I don't know why they were both in the
They were both
ring.
in the ring. Why didn't they ring the bell?
And
I
there was
don't
no
understand.
disqualification, so
Yeah.
it didn't make it.
Just ring the freaking bell.
Yeah, I had no idea why.
But they wanted to make Neville look more aggressive, seemingly.
Neville flies to the outside, and I don't know if Brodus just kind of stepped to the side
I ain't
when he
taking
was.
that.
Yeah,
It might have-
he's like, oh, he's too high for me to take.
I'm trying to make this work. Brodus kind of leaned to the side. It could have been that it took all of Neville's weight on his shoulder and sort of collapsed down with it, causing Neville to land on his feet, making it look like there was little to no impact. But in fact, there was a great deal of impact. It was just a very smooth transition for Neville, who basically just landed on his feet.
Wait, well, Neville landing on their feet alone for a move like that is just insane.
No, he's
Regardless
nuts.
of
He's crazy.
regardless if he hits him or not, to land on the feet is insane.
He does it every time. So if there's anybody that you can take that move from, it's Adrian Neville.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch.
Yeah. Brodus actually, I thought he looked pretty good when he took control. The power bomb looked vicious, and then he went for the second rope splash, but Adrian Neville kicked out, much to Brodus' chagrin.
Actually, the cutoff in this match was pretty brutal. Neville was going up to the top.
Oh, yeah.
And came down,
That's
and
right.
Brodus caught him with the headbutt, and the back of Neville's head smacked into that second turnbuckle. I mean, he looked like he could have been concussed. It's possible that even the referee was checking on him just to make sure. I guess he was okay enough to continue, but man, what a cutoff.
Well, in a case like that, if it's a no DQ match and someone can't continue, does that mean if that happened, Brodus would win the title then?
They might be able to declare it a no contest, just like.
But it's a no DQ.
That's
don't
not
know.
That's not a disqualification. That's a no contest. If
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I've never.
they could spin it.
Thankfully, knock on wood, we haven't experienced something like that
Yeah.
yet.
That would have sucked.
Yeah. Eventually, Adrian Neville made the comeback when Brodus tried to bring the title into the ring. Neville kicked it back into Brodus and then hit the red arrow with the title on top of Brodus and gets the 3 count and pins Brodus Clay, thus retaining the NXT Championship.
That was really the only no disqualification part of the match. There
Was
really
the belt.
wasn't anything that they just wanted to do that finish and have it clean, quote unquote clean. It was really weird.
I don't quite understand why we're having a no DQ match in basically a no there's no need for it.
Yeah, the only thing.
Honestly, Adrian Neville wouldn't have been disqualified for kicking the belt into Brodus Clay to begin with because he brought it in and he only hit it onto him. He wouldn't have been disqualified.
That's right.
So, honestly, there was no part of this match that where one of the individuals could have been disqualified.
Were they out of the ring longer than the count of 10? I don't remember.
Because they didn't ring the bell yet.
Yeah,
right.
You're right.
Right. So all of this was fairly pointless.
Yeah.
Although it made Neville look really strong, kicking out of Brodus's big splash.
Yep.
And then his red arrow looked vicious because he did it on a 400-pound guy and pinned him.
Yeah.
So,
almost as pointless as Brodus's Dreadhawk.
The Dreadhawk.
The Dreadhawk. It's dreadlocks, but it's a mohawk. It's a
wow,
dreadhawk.
I like that.
Yeah, it's the city bird of Halifax.
Hashtag Dreadhawk. All right, and that's a half hour, and we just covered 6 matches and promos in a half hour. This flew friggin' by.
Speed!
But you know what? I enjoyed every second of being here with you two for NXT AfterBuzz. And in the meantime, though, where can our fans reach out to you guys?
Well, they can find me on Twitter @TrueHobo, and if you want a snazzy T-shirt with my name on it, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo, and I defend this belt on Soapbox Car TV on YouTube.
I'm staring at the belt. I've actually been staring at the belt most of the night. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/soapboxmark. You can buy a T-shirt at ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo, and you can find me winning that belt back on youtube.com/soapboxcartv.
Dream on, dream on. We've uploaded 4 videos this week. Go check them out. They're all very entertaining, especially Royal Rumble. Ready to Rumble makes me just crack up, man. I swear to God.
All right, and you can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. Again, go buy one of Hobo's T-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo.
Yeah.
There you go. And you can check me out on Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night for their AfterBuzz. So thank you so much. For Hobo and Mark Donica, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We'll see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.